Hello buddy, it's Bendominator and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm finally going to be giving my full review on Chapter 3, Season 3 of Fortnite Battle Royale. So of course, before we get in the video, if you guys do end up enjoying the content, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new because I make videos like this all the time, and you can also use my supporter creator code Bendominator in the Fortnite item shop #ad. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. So Chapter 3, Season 3, it's been quite a divisive season for a lot of people, and honestly, I think this is the most hated on season I've ever seen in my entire time playing Fortnite. People seem to hate this season, and in my opinion, I think that this is probably the most overhated season, and I think that the season is actually pretty good. I like this season. I like this season quite a bit, actually. And we'll talk about why. Now, the season's definitely not perfect. It's got a lot of issues. It's got a lot of problems. But as far as Chapter 3 goes, this is making me excited for the future of it way more than Season 2 did. Season 2, I wasn't too fond of it. I didn't really dislike it, but I didn't really like it either. It was just very average for me. This season felt above average in my opinion. I feel like this is going to be a highlight of Chapter 3, and I'm definitely excited to see where it goes in the next season. But of course, we're here to talk about Season 3, so let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with the map. I think the map was a pretty big improvement over what we've seen in the past. This season has given us so many brand new POIs, and let's just talk about them. So first off, we have the brand new reality tree biome, which I think is pretty cool as a biome, though not really a huge fan of the POIs that are actually within this biome. First off, you got the brand new reality tree, which I think is a cool concept, but it's not actually a POI that I really enjoy landing at too much. I feel like there's not a lot of buildings here. In fact, there's really only one building here. And while the terrain is really cool, I feel like this place could have used some more buildings, especially if we got some brand new cool architecture. We have this entire new biome, but there isn't any new architecture that goes along with it, which is kind of a missed opportunity in my opinion. But everything else about the biome is great. The trees look great. I love the purple aesthetic. I love the mushrooms. It's very calming. It's very nice, and I like it a lot. Then you got Greasy Grove, which got pretty demolished here, which I'm pretty sad about. I kind of miss having the old Greasy, but this Greasy is still fun to land. You still got the old Greasy vibes with this brand new mushroom aesthetic, which I think mixes things up quite a bit. So even if I don't like this version as much, I will admit it adds needed variety to the map. So yeah, the new biome is great and I love it. It adds a bunch of new variety. It's on one of the outside portions of the map, so it's not just in the middle, and I hope it doesn't get replaced next season. The fact that the biome is placed on the edge of the map gives me hope that they're not just going to replace it again like they did when they put biomes in the middle of the map. So overall, I feel like the season is already doing really well with map changes. But that's not it, because we also got Rave Cave at the start of the season, which is an amazing POI. Brings me back to the Fortilla. They were reusing some of those pieces, got some brand new pieces, got the whole spray paint vibe. I will say it is a bit too similar to Command Cavern for my liking, but I still think it's a lot of fun. It's kind of a Believer Beach situation where it's mostly the same POI, just kind of made into the theme of the season, but I think this does it much better because there are a few new buildings here that weren't here before. You got the brand new roller coaster all around it with the giant Cuddle Team leader head, so it's a bit more different, but I still wish they did a bit more with it, and I think it's for this reason why this is such a dead POI to drop, which makes me so upset because I love the aesthetic of it, I love the vibe of it, but it's so boring to go there, so I just never do. And you'd think that would be it for POIs, but post-launch we got even more. First, we got Logjam Lotus, which is amazing. I'm kind of sad that they reverted it so that it's only the western area now, but it kind of makes sense. After we've seen so many of these different areas, it makes sense that all of them have their own distinct theme. And yes, the reality blooms happen constantly during the season, and honestly, I think they're great. I hear a lot of people complain that it's a bunch of the same themes all the time, but that's why they have the rotation mechanic, because when it rotates, then each match you get different themes at different places, and it feels unique each and every time. And while the themes they picked are reused, the layouts in which those are utilized is new, and all the buildings are fresh, and it just makes it really fun to go to these places in my opinion. And it does make me a little sad that the rotation theme was taken out, because that's what made these areas so unique in the first place. But for the majority of the season, these areas did have the rotation thing, so I'm gonna kind of count that towards a positive during the season. But yeah, Logjam Lotus is great. I love all the different layouts of it. I love the themings of it. The pirate one was definitely my favorite, but the western one's really cool too. And hopefully it sticks around during next season. Then you also have shuffled shrines, which is really cool. We actually have a named shrine POI or temple POI or whatever you want to call it in the jungle now. So I think that helps make the jungle a bit more interesting. And it's another pretty good POI, though doing the puzzle for the secret area is really annoying and gets really tiresome after a little bit. So I kind of just stopped doing the puzzle thing, which is a shame because the whole shrine that it opens up is really cool. Got a lot of cool Indiana Jones references there. And yeah, overall, I think it's a really nice addition to the map that a lot of people tend to sleep on. And then finally, we have Lazy Lagoon. Yes, they brought back Lazy Lagoon. It's not exactly how it used to be, but it has the ship, and that's really all I cared about because the ship was definitely the coolest part. And I'm also just so glad that they finally got rid of Daily Bugle. Overall, the map changes are so good and they add so much variety to this map. We got a total of 5 new POIs on this map, plus other Reality Bloom related map changes in all kinds of different POIs. I don't know how you don't consider that a win for map changes. Like, when's the last time we've had a season where the map has changed this much? It's really cool, it's impressive, and yeah, I kind of do understand the complaint that they're reusing stuff like the pirate and cowboy themes and Neo Tilted and all that kind of stuff, but you also have stuff like Shuffled Shrine that keeps it interesting and different, and even if they're reusing these themes, again, that's why they had the reality tree mechanic, where they swap out each match, so that you get a different one each time. Overall, I love the map changes, and it's probably my favorite part about the season. So let's get on to the actual gameplay. Well, we got riding animals, which I think was really awesome, and definitely something that I slept on, though I still wish they would just kind of get rid of the animals. I feel like they're kind of unnecessary at this point, other than the fact that you can ride them, which did add a lot to them. So I definitely like them more than I did before. Still not a huge fan of the wildlife, though. But then we get the loot pool, which seems to be the most divisive thing about the season, and well, early in the season I could agree that I was not a huge fan. I have gotten used to it over time, and I can safely say I really don't hate the loot pool now. I think it's gotten a lot better over the course of the season. They've added a lot more interesting items, which is something Chapter 2 was missing for most of its season. The item pool right now is really fun. The weapon pool is kind of the problem, though. A lot of the weapons still don't feel great to use. A lot of the new Chapter 3 weapons I still don't love, but I've been getting used to them, and I can make do with them and still have a good time with them overall. Do I wish we had the tack and the normal AR back and the pump and all that kind of stuff? Yes, of course, but if these are the weapons we get, then honestly, I don't hate it. But the weapon pool does hold this season back quite a bit, and I am gonna have to knock some points off for that. But I don't think people recognize how fun the item pool actually is this season. Boogie bombs are great, shockwaves are amazing. I really like crash pads. I really like the grapple glove. I feel like the heals are really balanced. I'm so glad that the shield keg and the med mist are still in the loot pool. If they ever remove those, I'm gonna be really upset. And yeah, overall the item pool is just fantastic in my opinion. It's just the weapon pool that could use some work. Though I will say some of the new additions to the weapon pool have been really good. The hammer AR especially is really great to use. But I think the Ranger could definitely be replaced with the normal or heavy AR. And the auto and striker pump should just be replaced with attack and the pump at this point, because the tie and the pump are pretty much the same thing, but a bit better and way more satisfying to use. In terms of other gameplay things, the Dragon Ball mythics were really fun. I was really worried about them being pretty overpowered, but I got used to them, I learned how to counter them, and overall I've been having a lot of fun using them myself as well. This season definitely felt a lot more standard though than last season did. I feel like last season tried a lot harder to incorporate brand new mechanics like the sprinting and the mantling and all that kind of stuff. This season was more laid back, more classic Fortnite feeling, and I respect that about it. I wish they did a bit more with the gameplay, but overall, I think it was pretty good. There wasn't really anything too crazy that they did to innovate with the gameplay and stuff like last season, but that also means they didn't take too many risks either, which could have backfired, so overall, I'm happy. Overall, I think this season was just a whole lot of fun. I don't think it was one of the best seasons of the game, but I also don't think it was one of the worst. I think this is probably one of the most overhated seasons of Fortnite, and I like it a lot, and I have a lot of respect for the amount of map changes that we have got in this single season alone. Even if a lot of them has felt similar, there's still a ton, and it has made the map feel a lot more diverse, and especially if a lot of these map changes stay, this season has definitely made its print onto the map, and I really enjoy it for that. A lot of the items are really fun. The weapon pool could use some work, but besides that, I think this was a really solid season. But now we turn the conversation over to you guys. What do you guys think about the season? Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys love it? Do you hate it? Let me know. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, because I make videos like this all the time, and you can also use my support creator code Bendominator in the Fortnite item shop #ad. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.